Wasgood, y'all, and welcome back to another episode of Free Game, where the only thing that we do on this channel is what? Skippity bop bop bop, keep it a stack. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I'm feeling amazing on this Sunday morning, and I just got back from church, so I am in the mood. I am with the positive spirits, the motivation. But I wanted to come on here and give y'all some tips and knowledge that I wish I would have implemented before graduation or during spring semester. So let's just jump straight into it. The first thing is live in the moment and enjoy your curiosity and time with your loved ones as much as possible. And what I mean by live in the moment is truly live in the moment. I feel like people who go to college are already ambitious enough, smart enough, intellectual enough, curious enough. So we're always thinking about what is next. We're always thinking about how can we optimize ourselves? How can we become the best version of ourselves? What more do we need to do? But sometimes we forget to just sit still and live in the moment. One of my friends, Claudia, she had a brand, Sit Down and Shut Up, and it was really about the advocacy of stillness in life and just living and experiencing and not always strategizing about what can you do next, because if you're always planning your future, then you'll never be living your present, and then you'll look back and be wondering what memories and what experiences that you've had to collect and look back on and cherish and laugh with and be thankful for. So live in the moment is really big. It's something that I wish I could have done a lot more. I feel like my balance was off a lot in college, and I committed to so many different things that I wanted to do. But just because you can do everything doesn't mean that you should do everything. Find those 2, 3, or whatever you can balance and maintain or manage in your lifestyle, not what your friend or your best friend or your mama or your daddy can do, or this peer that you look up to, because everybody's lifestyle is unique and specific to their journey. So live in the moment, enjoy living in the moment, especially during spring semester, especially right before graduation, because you're not always going to have that time to do that. So that's big. The second thing is God. Some people on here might not be spiritual. Some people on here might not be religious. I'm very spiritual, and I'm trying to genuinely get into Christianity as a religion and really practicing the laws and the beliefs and the commandments and just everything. So I'm taking it one step at a time, but allow Him in your life through the good times and challenges, so He can provide you with vision, so He can provide you with wisdom, so He can provide you with discernment on what to do, what not to do, so you can always have someone with you. When I was in college, I was so confused about religion and spirituality that I didn't really allow God into my life. But those small moments like Nav Compass or anything that I did, spiritual or religious, it genuinely was good moments. And that's not biased. That's not me coming on here saying that just to say that. That's the honest truth. And if it wasn't, I would keep it a stat, like the intro says. But it's a great moment. Freshman year, spring break, I went on a Nav Compass trip and met so many great people who I'm still in semi-contact with every now and then today, and just like hearing about their lives, learning about their lives, being updated and vice versa. And I'm just so thankful, and I just really wondered how my life would have been different if I really would have allowed God into my life all 4 years of college, and really would have had some additional spiritual help and internal help with navigating what to do, how to do, when to do, where to do, and why to do things that I wanted to do while I was in college, because it was so hard doing it by myself. It was so difficult doing it by myself. And yeah, I had family and friends, but after you get off the phone, after you finish eating or having that dinner or lunch or breakfast with them, it's back to you. But God is with you always. God is with me always. And since I graduated, I've allowed God in my life because life was getting very, very difficult. Mentally, spiritually, emotionally, all facets of life. And ever since I've allowed Him in my life, I feel free. I feel relieved. I feel nice. I feel light. I feel thankful. I feel blessed. I feel grateful. I feel all of the above. Like I said, I feel motivated to go to church. I just left this morning. God called me to church. I went to the 8:30 service. 8:30 service. Thought I was from New Jersey, huh? And it was great. It was nice. I really, really loved it. I loved the discernment and the word that he was giving. I go to Joel Osteen's church, and it's cool. It's cool. The third thing is enjoy spring semester. I know I said live in the moment, but enjoy spring semester. Enjoy your clubs, your organizations, your community, the freedom through the balance. Enjoy your loved ones this semester because you'll cherish those memories forever. I don't think we really realize how grateful and how blessed we are to just wake up and go to lunch with somebody or breakfast, or even live in the same room or dorm with somebody. And yes, I love having my own space now, but I also cherish those moments when I lived with my fraternity brothers in those impromptu deep conversations or intellectual conversations or conversations regarding life, just about advice and vision or like happy moments. There was always somebody there to support me, support my vision, and I could be there to support others. I didn't know how to cook. One of my fraternity brothers, my quad, shout out to Jamani Smith, he loves cooking. He should be a chef. He needs to start his chefing TikTok. But he really helped me cook certain things and gave me some strategies and some tactics. And even though I graduated and didn't feel like a full-on chef, I felt better than I started with. So enjoy spring semester, enjoy your clubs, enjoy learning from others. Have enough courage and bravery to still be scared and learn from others because of what could be, the excitement that is associated with that. I wish that I would have done that a lot more and get out to other racial and ethnic communities as well. Don't be defined by solely what your friends are saying or what your family is saying or what your loved ones are saying. Definitely take that wisdom and that knowledge and keep that in the back of your head, but it's your life and it's your journey, so definitely make sure that you're living for you and you get the opportunity to do that. I was heavily involved in the Black and the African community while I was at the University of Georgia, but looking back, I don't regret any of it, but I really wish that I would have got involved in some other ethnic and racial communities just to learn more about the world, just to learn more about races and their traditions and what that looks like, how that makes me feel. Maybe I will find a passion spot in one of those areas because you genuinely never know until you give it a try. So that's something that I really wish I could do, and I can still do that now post-graduation. But when you're in a community surrounded by a college area, it makes it so much more feasible to talk to somebody, to meet somebody, to know somebody, and be involved in what they want to be involved in as well. Boom, 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 boom. Next thing, biggest thing, give yourself time to figure it out. It goes back to that college thing with you being ambitious, you wanting everything, you wanting to be the best at everything you do, and as you should, that should always be the goal. But you're literally about to enter a new phase into your life that you have not entered. And yes, your parents can give you advice, and yes, your friends, and yes, your co-workers and associates and boyfriend and girlfriend and everybody, but you have to live it yourself, and you're not perfect. No one is perfect, so you are going to make mistakes. Like, tell yourself, dang, I'm gonna make a mistake even though I don't want to make a mistake, but fail fast, fail hard, and get back up so you can keep moving and keep growing and keep learning. Like, I've made so many financial mistakes coming out of here having my own apartment, and I wish I didn't. I wish I had more knowledge and advice. That way I didn't have to, so I could optimize my money. But I mean, it is what it is. I'm not dying. I'm not in a bad position. I learned, I'm moving forward, and I'm doing better. So allow yourself to make mistakes. Allow yourself to go out and seek an apartment and what that looks like. Be, what's the word? Be dang, the opposite of prideful. Be the opposite of prideful. Be vulnerable and ask people for help. Don't think that you have to go and solve everything yourself, because you don't and you shouldn't. Life is not designed to do by yourself, like I said in my previous TikTok and Instagram cast. So literally allow people to help you, because if people have knowledge and experience like I do, being out here now in Houston, Texas, and graduating, like, take it that way. You can already know that. Be coachable. Give yourself time, y'all. As in terms of jobs and internships and being worried, I know that some of y'all out there are worried. Some of y'all already have y'all's internships and y'all's jobs secured. Go, y'all. Congratulations. You are blessed. Be grateful, because there's people out here who don't. I didn't have mine secured until Valentine's Day, which is when I got my call, which was pretty cool. But I was looking from August until February. So that was August, September, October, November, December, January. About 7 months, and I was very stressed because I'm very ambitious and like having everything planned out and strategized. But I would say use LinkedIn, use Indeed, use Handshake for the first half of it, and be honest. Go out there, be you. Being you is your strongest superpower. Like, hey, I'm looking for a job in this industry. These are the skills that I have to bring. These are my passion points. I don't know much about this, but I would love to have a 15 to 30 minute conversation with anybody who is willing to spare some time with me, so I can gain more insight on the day of a life in consulting or healthcare or engineering or politics or criminal justice, whatever it might be, right? Anthropology, mathematics, stats, like whatever it might be. So use that time to go out, update your resume. The Career Center and whatever college that you go to should have some type of professional networking and services that you can really go to sharpen up your resumes. People who talk to recruiters on a daily, and the recruiters tell them what they're looking for, so they should have an idea and a sense of what your resume should resemble, right? So definitely do that. Do that before you graduate. If you're unmotivated, go with a friend. Go at the same time. Do whatever you need to do to make sure you have that professional critique. And like how we use now, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Snapchat, not really Snapchat, Facebook. Like, use our today's digital applications to go out and find somebody who is working at the job you want, the company you want, the industry that you're in. And hit them a DM. Like, don't be nervous. Like, hey, my name is Chris. I really want to work in the consulting industry, and see you've been there for 6 months, and I would love to have a 15 to 30 minute conversation with you about what your day looks like. Do you like your job? What don't you like? What is great? What is challenging? What does it look like from an 8 to 5? Is it an 8 to 5? Do you get to travel? Do you get breaks, time off? How are the people there? How's the environment? How's the energy? Do you have to put on your game face, or is your game face being authentically you, right? So that's a really, really big thing as well. Hit people up, because there are people doing it. People hit me up all the time on LinkedIn and have conversations. So don't be the person who isn't hitting people up because you're scared of what people might think. I love when people hit me up like, you go ambitious girl, you go ambitious guy. Because I didn't do it as often, and I wish that I would have. It worked out for me. All glory to God, but that's really important. Next thing, obtain recruiters' emails. Set up 15 minutes to get to know them personally and tell them what you want, and be specific. Have a small synopsis. It doesn't take that long. Hey, my name is Christopher Clements. I'm interested in this job application post. I've already applied. I want to know what I need to do to put myself in the best position to get here. Right? Have that conversation, get to know them personally. It doesn't take that long. Don't set up no hour, because after 8 minutes you'll be like, dang, I have nothing else to talk about. If you can convey your point, your elevator pitch swiftly and smoothly, then you'll be good. After you set up that time, or even before you set up that time, attach a photo of yourself. It can be like snappy, casual, professional, whatever you feel most comfortable in. Attach a photo of yourself, attach your resume, a cover letter if you have it. To me, like in most industries, that's not mandatory or required, especially as the digital age continues, but it's like the whipped cream on top. Attach that and set up some time, whether that's Outlook, whether that's Google Chat, or whatever people use. Set up some time. That way, y'all can have that conversation, and you'll already be one step ahead, instead of just sending an email and they have no personal connection with you, because a recruiter's job is to recruit. So if they're doing all of that recruiting, imagine how many emails they're getting. They're looking for someone who sticks out, some personality attached. You should already have done your background research on the company and what that looks like, because if you haven't, then that is step one. Coolio. Next, learn how to cook. That's big. Fast food every day isn't the healthiest option, and that's just an amazing skill to have in your life. Learn how to cook for you, whether your wife gonna cook, your husband gonna cook, y'all gonna partner up, whoever's gonna cook, you plan on cooking later. Like, you're gonna keep telling yourself, oh, I'm gonna do it today, I'm gonna do it today. Find somebody who loves to cook and someone who you like being around, who's nice and who's positive, and just go in the kitchen with them, who doesn't mind teaching, who loves to teach. That way you can pick it up as you go and ask questions. I did not know how to cook while I was in college. Right now, I'm still learning, but I feel pretty good about my own ability. I would say an 8 out of 10. Like, I still cook meals for the week. I meal prep. I cook different things. And I love that about me, but I wish I would have done that while I was in college, because it would have saved me a lot of money instead of eating at Cane's, Zaxby's, McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, Cookout. I never went to Taco Bell for real. Red Lobster or whatever it might be. I went to school in Athens, Georgia, so there wasn't too many options. Chili's, X, Y, and Z. But learn how to cook. I wish that I would have learned how to cook. And when you have people around you who know how to cook, it's easier versus you having your own apartment and now you got to go on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok and follow recipes, which are also fun. But I feel like it's more manageable to do that when you have people who are supportive and people who genuinely do not mind helping you, as long as you find the right people around you. It's big. It's really big. Next thing is working out. So really that looks different per person, right? Like what your goals are, what your physical goals are. Stay healthy, stay consistent, and add something to your routine every now and then, something frequently. You don't have to go from being a superstar, right? You don't have to be Odette and Caitlyn and Gabby. Those are some of my friends or some people that I watch their fitness journeys on social media. They're really great in the gym, very consistent, very disciplined. Shout out to them. But I say all that to say, like, work out. Like, keep your muscles moving, keep your body moving. That's how you stay healthy. Drink your water like this. Refreshing. Drink your water and know that you can do it. People say that they don't know where to start. Find somebody who's in the gym who doesn't mind giving advice, that can give you a workout plan, or can take you in the gym for a week or 2 weeks so you can see what the machines look like, what the machines mean, how many sets, how many reps, where weight you should start off that really will push you and challenge you in your pathway, and what diet to have. Should you drink protein shakes? Should you have protein powder? Should you do creatine? Should you do it all natural? Like, it's going to be a unique journey to everyone. There are some similarities and some commonalities and differences between each fitness individual, so you have to find what works for you. But when you find somebody who is really willing to help you at first, and you kind of have a basic foundation of what that looks like, then you can venture off and add this and subtract that and multiply this and divide that until you find your specific workout plan. Next thing is, I wish I would have had a better balance with dating more intentionally in college. And I feel like that's so hard, because when you're coming out of high school senior, people are restricted maybe by their parents, by their friends, grew up in a small city, a big city. So like, a lot of people be like, don't go into college, get in a relationship, no this, that, and that. It depends on who you are as a person, what you want. If you don't like, it depends on who you are as a person and what you want. I'm not even going to go down that deep road and pathway, because y'all know what I was about to say. But like, do what you want. Be aware of the reactions that happen as a result of your actions, because people talk. Like, that's how humans are. That's how people are. So that's something to be mindful of. Be intentional about who you're doing things with, and be conscious. Like, me, I wouldn't want to say I would want to get in a very serious relationship freshman year, because I'm learning so much about myself and who I am as a person and what that looks like, and just allowing myself to grow and breathe. But I also would say by my senior year, I would want to be in something seriously and intentionally, because in my personal opinion, once you are in college, okay, this person is getting a degree, this person is ambitious, this person is involved, this person is doing organizations, this person has commonalities with me. So it's only two indicators to determine, does this person look physically attractive to me, Do I like how this person looks? Not do your mama, your best friend, your great X, Y, and Z. I don't know. Do they look good to you? Can you see yourself being with them for a long period of time physically? And then internally and intrinsically, which I think is the most important, they go hand in hand. People are going to give you difference of opinions. I'm not arguing anybody, but how do they make you feel? Do they challenge you? Do they strive for you to become the best version of yourself? Do they have goals and values that you require in your partner that you really want them to have to exude, right? Like what qualifications would you like to see? But be mindful with that as well, because no one is perfect. So you're trying to have your Prince Charming or your princess. There's nothing wrong with having goals and visions, because if you're not going to be fulfilled about who is in your space, which is a very important space, then you shouldn't waste anybody's time either. So it's a very complex balance within relationships, which is why I personally think it's so hard in this world and so hard in this society, because there's just so many things that go into it. And to genuinely being into a relationship that you like and you love is such a blessing. Someone that gives you a peace of mind, someone that gives you an easy heart, and you just look at them and smile because you see them for them. So I think that those are my tips for part one. Graduates, if you are watching this, please leave any tips for people who are currently at school or people who are just joining school or their first spring semester. I'll probably make a part two for freshman year and things that I wish I would have known, because that was a very good and challenging time as well. But in Jesus Christ's name we pray. Amen.